What's up, guys? John Howell here. Hope you guys are doing well. Quick little update on everything that's happening around basically the globe, basically. Oh, mainly America. But the Dow Jones, guys, right now is so important, and no matter what you look at, guys, and I know this sounds really simplistic, but follow what the charts are telling you. Right now the Dow Jones is making what? Higher highs and higher lows, and I know this is so simplistic, but it's the main thing we should be focusing on. The buyers are in control on the Dow Jones. We're not going to get a crash anytime soon. Guess what? When the market starts making lower highs and lower lows, sells in control, that's when we potentially could get some sort of severe down move and all that sort of stuff. Make sense? Now remember, I want to remind you guys that a crash takes 12 months or more to happen. Okay? So please, it's so important that no matter what market you're trading, that you just keep following along and keep reading the story on the chart. And guys, like, how do you read the chart, John? Simple. Look at the peaks and troughs and ask yourself, who's in control right now? That's the very first question you should be asking yourself. Who's in control right now? Are buyers in control? Are sellers in control? Or is no one in control? That's the very first question you should be asking yourself. Follow along with the charts, guys. Follow along with it. Bitcoin right now. Look at that weekly chart and tell me who's in control on that weekly chart, Bitcoin right now. So many people have been getting into this. Now, I had this one guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but came out and started thinking that he had Goldman Sachs back in, and he knew the Goldman Sachs guys and all this sort of stuff, and big guys are going to come into the Bitcoin market, blah 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 blah, and started saying we're about to see a big move in Bitcoin. And he had all this type of shit, and guess what happened? Bitcoin fell by 10% in one day. Guys, don't listen to anyone out there. Don't listen to me, don't listen to anyone. Because the fact of the matter is, no one knows the future. You don't have to know the future to do well in the market. Because remember, at the end of the day, trading is all about taking a system that you believe in, and only taking that. You guys get that? Not something you think. Is the setup on the chart the exact same setup that you took the trade before and the trade before? Now remember, when trading, there's a thing called a win-loss ratio. Don't expect to make money on every single trade. In fact, you cannot predict what trade is going to be successful, the win part of the win-loss ratio, and what trade is not going to be successful. The losing part of the win-loss ratio, that's the foundation to a successful trader. And you must accept the fact that, one, are you going into the market based on what you still think is a good idea, or based on what some idiot said on YouTube? Seriously, guys. If I tell you, I know what's going to happen and this is what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. No. Remember, guys, successful trading is about taking one setup. One setup. That means the setup beforehand, and before that, and before that, and the last 20 trades look almost identical, meeting the exact same rules. And your job is to take those trades. Your job is, when you take those trades, to not have any expectations and not try to be right with the market. Your job as a trader, once you've got that rule number one, is to say, you know what? I have no expectations. Because the fact is, you don't know. If you guys read Mark Douglas' Trading the Zone, what does he say? He says, if you took a trade right now, based on a chart setup, and that was a profitable trade, and then the very next trade looked identical to that trade, it does not mean that next trade is going to be a profitable trade. It's called a win-loss ratio, and you must accept the fact that the trade that you're going to get into can be a loser. So say to yourself, if this is a losing trade, part of that loss ratio, what's your risk on it? What is your risk on it? Now remember, that goes all the way back to, if you're just taking this and this and this and this and this and this because you think it's a good idea and you're going to try and guess the market, it's not going to work. Remember, probability. How does probability doesn't show up in one trade? Probability shows up over 20 trades. And if you're taking 2 or 3 or 4 different setups, how are you calculating the probability of that setup? How can you have any real confidence of continuing to step up in the future to that setup when you're just all over the place? You can't, can you? So when you're trading the markets, guys, please, like with Bitcoin and these cryptocurrencies, please listen to the chart. Don't listen to anyone else. No one knows. Stop thinking they do. This is the exact same guy who said he knows the insider secrets of Goldman Sachs and all this type of bullshit, and Bitcoin and all that sort of stuff is about to make a big move up. He was doing that video. He had an ad running about it. I saw it. And guess what happened? 3 days later, he did that video. Bitcoin fell by 10%. But I know it sounds simple. What is that weekly chart saying on Bitcoin? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Who's in control of that weekly chart? Sellers. Don't buy it. Don't try and pick the bottom. That's gambling. Wait for the market to turn around. What do successful traders do? They get into the same setup, but if they're looking to get into something that's trending, guess what? They wait for it to turn around. You will have a much more high probability trying to jump on the 60 to 70% of the mid-range of the trend than trying to capture the bottom. Because I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna keep doing what people are doing in Bitcoin right now, and they just don't get it. And guys, I'm telling you right now, I've had this lesson so many times to myself. This shirt right now is one of many. Please just keep following along with the charts. Please just keep following along with what they're doing. And don't think you know what's gonna happen, or try to guess what's gonna happen. Oh, this guy had this amazing video and made it sound so compelling. That is gonna happen. No one knows, guys. Not even I know. That's the reason why. Well, that's the reason why when you take a trade, it should be the exact same setup as the trade before that, before that, and before that, and before that. And any given one trade, I can't tell you which one's going to be a profitable trade, which one's not. That's not how successful trading is. Most people think they've got to be right. No matter, that's the foundation to a successful trader. No matter what system you trade, there is going to be a win-loss ratio. And the only way for you to find out that win-loss ratio is, one, do backtesting, so on and so forth, but take the exact same setup only, nothing else. The exact same setup. Discipline. Taking the exact same setup 20 times in a row. Nothing else. Now you see the win-loss ratio. Now you see the success rate. You go into the market knowing there's a win-loss ratio But people have 1 or 2 losing trades in a row and they think that the system doesn't work. You're spinning your wheels big time, guys. Please don't do that. Look at the way that I've been saying in this video. Stop thinking that the market's a get-rich-quick scheme. And at the end of the day, if you don't do your work, if you don't do your apprenticeship, nothing's going to work. So anyway, here's a little update.